Hello internet viewers and welcome. I am your host, the Anime Freak. While Soul Eater may appeal to many anime fans, I just don't get it. I honestly don't understand how it has received such positive praise as to have a 7.9 out of 10 rating on IMDb and a 7.8 on Anime Planet with positive comments such as the series protagonists bring nothing remarkable to the table. Or, how about the overly dramatic angles cause more than a few issues with the characters deforming? These are positive reviews, right? Jokes aside, the view of the show does seem to be relatively mixed, where some say it's genius, some say it's okay, and some are down the middle saying it's a good series that could have been great. Personally, I feel it's a boring story that could have been fantastic. Why? Let's start with the general premise. While I'm not going to give away a lot, and this will just be an overall look at the story of Soul Eater and not the specifics of what goes on, I will explain the basics of the show for most who don't know. Soul Eater takes place in a fantasy world where students are trained in the Shinigami Weapon Meister Academy, or the DWMA for those who watch the dub, a school run by Death. In this school, students have two classes, which are, as the name suggests, weapons and meisters. Weapons are people who can literally transform into swords, scythes, guns, you name it. And that's pretty friggin' awesome. Meisters are the wielders of these weapons, their partners. The ultimate goal of a meister is to help his or her weapon to achieve the status of Death Scythe, which can only happen after the weapon has consumed the souls of 99 pre-Kishin or Kishin eggs, which are humans that have gone astray or have become more demonic, and one witch soul. This is where the story is actually pretty interesting. For the first 3 episodes, that's all there is too, as the first 3 episodes are considered prologues. The animation starts out by being very stylized and nice to look at, and it's actually pretty cool to see the different designs and angles. But, of course, they ruin it. The angles are overused later on in the show, and it does start to get very boring, watching the same thing again and again, with the same exact angles, which you see every time in the opening, so it's never anything really new. How does that ruin you, ask? Well, for starters, it's really boring. Seriously, for a show about people turning into weapons and killing demons, I've hardly ever seen anything so boring. The exposition seems to go on forever. The characters evolve and then regress back to their previous selves, and the action scenes, oh, the action scenes. I really hate these action scenes. So much so that I italicized the word really while writing this script, and that's a lot of hate. I mean, these scenes just seem to go on forever. I wouldn't mind that very much if it weren't for the fact that practically nothing happens. Often the action scenes are just the main characters determining who's the strongest before dealing the killing blow. And not like they keep attacking each other till the final blow happens. I mean, they're just talking. I really found it incredibly hard to focus during this situation, and it did not help that there was no action and that nothing exciting happened. Once in a while they'll have a full-on action sequence, and when it does happen, they're usually pretty cool. However, this is almost always ruined by them talking the entire time, giving the scene no time to breathe, and instead making it feel as if the action isn't even going on. Surprisingly, the episode that works the best around this is actually the first episode of the show, involving the series' namesake, Soul, and his Meister Maka. While technically only an introduction to the characters and nothing too much really happens, this episode does have some well-paced action, some funny moments, some good exposition, which dives into the comedy really well, and not a terribly annoying amount of such exposition. It's an episode that really doesn't fit with the rest of the series, in that it's actually really fun to watch, and really got me excited when I first started watching it. And that's not to say there's nothing redeeming about the rest of the series. The animation is very stylized and colorful, using a complete palette depending on the tone of the scene. While the main characters have very annoying traits among each of them, Blackstar, it is amusing to watch them try and interact, and while I won't be going into the plot of the show, it is a very interesting story to follow and worth sitting through the boring action scenes to watch. There's also a really fun relationship that occurs between one of the side characters, Stein, and the main antagonist, Medusa, where Medusa leads Stein to be borderline psychotic at points. It's interesting to watch this character have to cope with this inner turmoil. Although, going back to the negative, this doesn't really go anywhere until the third part of the show, so it takes a little while to get to. Overall, I would definitely suggest watching this show, if anything, just to see what it's about, but don't go into it expecting too much. The action really is lackluster, the story's okay, and the characters are a little bland. Most of it's something I would definitely not watch anytime soon, again. And while I'm glad I have, because it was sort of entertaining, it didn't really do much for me. Thank you for watching this review. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments section. If you like this video, hit subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.